album concept hour. The album concept hour. It's the album concept hour.
I remember now. I remember how it started. I can't remember yesterday. I just remember doing what they told me.
Or at least that's what the first track would have been if I was in charge of the track listing on Queensryche's Operation Mindcrime 2. This is the album concept hour, and we are coming back to remember what happened to Nikki back in the cell where we left him. And we always, every week, we cover concept albums, break them down track by track. I'm your host, Brad LeBaron, and I am here with my co-hosts. As always, we have Dave over there. How's it going, Dave?
Sweet.
Yeah. Dave's over there. We got John over there in the green shirt. How's it going, John?
Oh, going fantastic, fellas. My favorite green shirt. Thank you for noticing.
And then, of course, as usual, we have our co-host, Jake the Snit. Wait, hold on.
Oh!
This is somebody else. Hold
Wait
on. Who
a
is this?
second.
What's
I
your
remember
name?
now.
It's Scott Wesley.
Who would this
Scott
be?
Wesley? Oh, my God.
Scott Wesley.
Oh, my God.
The
Oh my God, dude.
the former co-host, back for...
Remember yesterday.
Oh.
I just remember doing.
I can't remember anything.
I didn't get the right spot. I'll get the right spot next time. But I'm so glad that you're back. We are you were here for the first time we did Operation Mindcrime, and we thought we would seek you out to have you back for the sequel to Operation Mindcrime.
And you said, yeah, I'll come back. It's always great to have a former regular back, though.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. And we are using the new Euphoria Bayringer thing that I bought with the Patreon and donation money. So thank all you listeners and patrons out there for
God bless.
all the donations and or patron sponsors. If you want to go over to patreon.com/Flyover State Park, you can support what we're doing here. But we don't have too much time to dick around here in the intro. We have 17 tracks with Operation Mindcrime 2.
Long one.
It's another long one. I think the first one was pretty long, but less tracks. This one's got a lot more like 3 to 4 minute tracks, maybe a few 5. But I remember the last one having a lot big expansive things.
It was more of a conceptual thing, you know, like I mean, it was a bigger conceptual thing.
Well, the soundscape was, there was a lot more
like what you were saying earlier. It was like more of a play.
Yeah.
Where this one coming up is more of a rock opera.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. That's, I think, the main difference.
It is a 20-year difference.
Because the other one could have been a rock opera, but they kind of went about it a little differently. You know, like they had all the the kind of room tone.
It was more dynamic.
Yeah.
Where this one's more it's more fluid, I guess. Kind of.
Yeah.
You kind of feel the melody of the story all the way through.
It's a little easier to follow too.
Yeah.
There's a little less inference, you know. Although, I mean, you could at the end of all this, you can ask a question like, oh, what's real, what's not. But we'll get to that. We got a bunch of tracks here to get to, and we will not waste your guys' time.
It's precious.
It's precious. I know.
Precious food.
Precious music food.
Precious music.
But do any of you guys know how to pronounce this first one? It says it's like Freiheit Overture.
I don't.
Yeah, they got interesting.
It sounds very German.
Freiheit Overture.
So this is this first clip right here is our intro. Freiheit Overture. Yes, that is Freiheit Overture. And like we said in the beginning, we were joking that like we were kind of looking for the I Remember Now kind of out the gate. That's kind of
right. It's
one of the best
pick
motifs.
up where it left off.
Yeah.
But I mean, this isn't really too bad though. It's almost what do they call that? An intermission to the play. And I feel like
Well,
that's
it's
kind
like
of
a
how
start to the play, you know, like you kind of like get a little build up, I guess.
Well, that is, we were
Like an
watching the live thing, and I think
overture.
this is the part that was,
Yeah, like I feel like this
playing
first song
as
is
they
like
were,
the
like, setting up.
intermission of the first one, you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like we saw on the live show, that's kind of how they play it off too. Is
Yeah.
like there's more acting and more of a scene transition.
Yeah,
it's pretty theatrical. It's what Styx Wishes Kilroy Was Here was, you know, a stage show mixed with a rock opera mixed
Yeah,
with.
we gotta talk about that one again.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now I'm looking for it. Now I'm like, oh, well, these people did it okay.
Well, yeah.
What were they
that's
doing
true.
wrong?
I mean,
But it also was equally, not equally, but it was another divisive album, which I find that happens, a decent amount in these concept albums. There's someone that has like a big idea that maybe not everyone's on board with, and apparently that was the case for the second one here. There was a little bit of controversy with it. Apparently, like the lead singer, Jeff Tate. Yeah. The split was between Jeff Tate and the rest of Queensryche in 2012, and part of it was him trying to do this, Operation Mindcrime 2, and
oh yeah, dude.
I guess that not being
Lance
into
told me it split the band up.
Yeah. Because I think I believe that Jeff Tate travels around in a band called Operation Mindcrime.
Oh boy,
That's just
they
like
played a
kind of-
rock fest
that's
one
pretty
year.
cool.
Okay,
Good for
yeah,
him.
but it's kind of like
It's pretty much the same stuff.
one of
I
the
think
members
it's like
of
I imagine
it's like a
he's
cover
doing most
band,
of his
pretty
shit.
much.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
Queensryche cover band.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Sweet.
but with the original lead singer.
Yeah.
It's like the best cover
So
band you
it's
can have.
like, is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
really I mean,
It's just legal
legally it's a
stuff.
cover
it's,
band.
Well,
it's just
At this,
Yeah.
at this point,
Legally-
Guns N' Roses is a cover band technically. Then
legally, it's a cover band.
yeah. That's fair. Yeah. I don't think Guns N' Roses should be continuing on as just
Do you guys
Axl
want to
Rose
start a
people.
cover band and then we'll all play like one song from every album we've covered?
Boy, that we'd have a couple albums actually from that at
There's
this
a lot
point.
of instruments
would
we
be-
We're
have
at
to
That
learn.
100. We're at 100.
That would be very cool, actually.
We're
if I had
we're
to
at
come
over
ship.
100
We could just be like the
albums,
headliner
and,
one night
like,
where we
there's
just
a lot
jam
of hits
through
in there.
like 100 songs.
Can we just do a
in, like, 2
karaoke
hours?
version of it?
There we go. Yeah, we'll go around the table.
Boy, we're gonna need a lot of
person-
because like my voice is only good for like 2 or 3 songs before I'm like dead, But
Well,
like
we'll-
I could sing a couple.
Well, we'll just go around the table, and each person will do their own rendition
Yeah.
of each
Cool.
cover. So
Do like
maybe I'll play some guitar. You can do karaoke. You can do karaoke if you want. You can bring your drum set
I
in.
want like congas.
Yeah, I have some congas.
Hey, Bo Dids.
Yeah.
Bo it's a
Dids.
shot in the dark. But the Eagles are coming here in like a couple months.
The Eagles.
You should shoot them a message or something.
Hey,
like,
Dave,
hey,
you should
we'll
see if
do
Matt's
we'll do
available.
Hotel California, which
Ooh,
is what they're
Matt.
doing
All right.
in
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
We'll do Hotel California
Joe.
if one or two of
yeah.
you wants to come on the show.
I'm sure they're going to be running to
You
the
know what?
studio.
They won't be running, but
Yeah, you're gonna be
it's
straight up
worth a shot.
sprinting.
Yeah. But seriously, though,
Anyway.
I mean,
Soft walk.
if any of you guys know an
A
eagle,
jaunt.
just hit me up. 1-608 hit nerd. We have another track for you guys, though. The first few tracks don't really get into much of the plot here. We want to find out what happened to our main character, Nikki, from the last album. And this next track really, it starts it off. It's a 9-second one.
It's
This
a
is
track.
Convict.
Hooray for you, convict. You're a free man.
So they somehow decided that,
That was a track.
this needed to be a track and not just the intro of track 2.
I will say you cut
Yeah.
that beautifully. You picked the right part.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, it
very-
was
so-
kind
so
of
great.
9 seconds of
I
glory.
bet
really
I bet there
difficult.
was a lot of consideration
Yeah.
in that.
like,
The
do
footsteps.
I fade?
It was good that you got the footsteps.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
think you should have faded.
Yeah, maybe I should have
Just like
faded.
a white
Yeah.
noise
Uh-huh.
fade.
Ugh,
Yeah, but
would have ruined it. Would have
9
ruined it.
seconds, it's just, it's so much
The sweet spot.
I'd like to
little
break this track
precious
down.
moments.
It is about the precious moment.
How do you feel? What do you feel about this track, Convict?
I feel like
I want to know about the
I
jailer.
feel like he was walking towards the door
we know why
about
he
ready
was
to leave.
jailed. He's the guy.
No, I want to know
He's
about the jailer.
I want to know
Like,
more about
what-
the
Fair
jailer
enough.
too.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I wonder.
What's his motivation in all
I'm
this?
assuming that if
What's
he's
his name?
introduced in track 2 and he has his own track like this, he's going to come up a bunch in this story.
You know
right?
what'll answer our questions? Maybe track 3.
Oh, that's
I
a
don't
good
know.
idea. Actually,
I don't know,
didn't
I'm just
think
saying.
about
Dun, dun,
that.
Anybody's got a
here
better
is-
idea.
Here is I'm American. Yeah.
That song kicks ass though.
Yeah.
You know,
He
this
gets
is
right back into the
This is very
mood.
anti-iced earth material. Let me tell you.
Yes. I do always get Iced Earth and them mixed up.
It's about
honestly.
global warming, is that why?
I don't know.
Hey,
Maybe.
they got
one
another
of the
Iced Earth
original
has another
members of
concept
Iced
out there.
Earth,
So.
is actually in jail.
But the Iced Earth guy was also at the January 6th insurrection.
That's
That
the
was
one
the other
that's
guy,
in
though,
jail
wasn't it?
now.
Huh?
Actually,
That
Well,
was
he's-
the other guy, though.
Actually, he made a deal.
Was he not currently in Iced Earth, or was he like the former guy?
I think he was the former guy.
But he
He had a lot of time in his hands.
That's why he was there.
Yeah. That will maybe factor in the decision a little bit. But when I heard about
I heard about
that's
that
the new
too.
thing. The biggest thing in the news lately from Iced Earth is like, Iced Earth guy is at the insurrection.
Yeah, I heard about that too. But from what I know, I feel like it's the old singer.
That would make sense from like what we learned on the episode, honestly,
Yeah, because
he was the one that kind of
wasn't
went
Tim
uber
Owen.
patriotic
It
afterwards.
wasn't Tim Owen. It
You
was
know,
what the hell was
Doing
it?
America
My
all over
buddy
his
Lance-
ass.
I'm
Jesse
American.
Bart-
My
or
buddy
something,
Lance
Barlow.
was actually telling me about like how
Barlow.
they did an album like in the 2000s where it was like talking about like a menace coming from the east, and he was like, I don't know, I gotta feel like they might be talking about like
Yeah, there was
Muslims,
once or
like-
twice in the album
like
I was
something like
a little
that.
like,
I can't say
They're being oddly patriotic.
I'm just saying there's another album
Yeah.
if we decide. It's
no.
horror show, which is all based on
I think you
horror
mentioned that.
movies.
You mentioned
Yeah.
that one to me actually. Yeah. I will look into
Oh
that.
god,
yeah.
that's funny.
So I looked into it. Looks like it was John Schaefer that was at the insurrection, who is the rhythm guitarist and principal songwriter for Iced Earth. Their album Horror Show looks like an interesting concept album with very little to do with politics, but for now, we are not going to be covering his work.
Anyways, all right,
but-
I'm sorry.
But this
Sorry
track,
for taking us off topic.
No, it's okay. This is the first track. We got some actual lyrics besides the jailer. Disappointed we're not hearing about from the jailer here, but
He's totally living it up. Like he
living
got
it up,
out
yeah.
and he is literally living his best life.
Probably
But
had,
he's
he's
still got his
double overtime.
he's
He's
still
probably
got
got
his
a day
mission
off.
on his mind,
He's probably
though.
just relaxing home right now.
I mean,
Most
maybe
definitely.
he was an assassin. Maybe he's got a suitcase full of money laying around or something.
I mean, that's what you do when
I mean, he
you
still
know,
is
like
though.
I don't know.
Like
Going
he's
all
talking
Pulp
about
Fiction on
how
us.
make massive amounts of funds so you don't have to work every day of the year. You
That's
know?
that's what
kind of
that's what
what it
assassins
is.
are doing it for.
that,
The
They
Benjamins.
want to retire.
I'm telling you,
well,
man.
he
That's
says
what
in
I'm
this
talking
song
about.
that he's like still assassinating or needs to assassinate.
well, yeah, that's
So
the,
he's like he's free and he's like
Yeah.
feeling like everything
well, that's
Well,
that's the
is
addiction.
like
of the
he deserves
trade,
everything because he's an American and
unfortunately.
he's a free American, but he's also
yeah.
got that like he's got the job
Oh,
in his
God.
head still. It's like
Yeah,
ingrained
yeah.
in his brain, you know.
Man,
Well,
you,
I think
you watch
that
Ozark.
I think he maybe
Oh,
no spoilers. I think maybe he still has the Mindcrime in him because remember his
Right.
like the last time like he was kind of brainwashed a little bit and he didn't like know at the end whether he killed Mary or not.
Mhm.
Like, there was he I mean even though like I think it's pretty clear in the story he like has a gap in his memory.
right.
So like he's got that background with it. I think maybe he still has some of that Mindcrime stuff.
Well, I
repressed.
mean, you're always good. It's like the Winter Soldier, man.
He's the
you're
Winter
always
Soldier,
gonna have
yes.
gap. Yep.
Yes, he is the Winter Soldier
Yeah,
right now.
I mean, you're always gonna have gaps, but
He's-
you're always gonna remember stuff too. You know, especially once it's
He's the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier, like what, at the beginning of Civil War, maybe?
I remember now.
Yeah. I remember how it
I rode a
started.
motorcycle.
How it
I killed Tony
started.
Stark's parents.
I killed Tony Stark's parents.
I remember now.
And he
Oh,
is
God.
mad.
He's
That was
pissed.
that was still, not gonna lie, that was still a hard fight to watch. Like, you didn't really know.
I loved
I
watching
mean,
it.
you wanted to really hate Tony, but at the same time, I mean,
I enjoyed watching it a lot.
it was a good fight.
Tony
it was
Montana
a good fight no
or
matter
no,
what.
or-
No, Tony Stark.
Say hello to my little friend.
But I'm American. I just wanted to.
Hey, we could do that
I'm
dubstep
American.
song you were talking about.
There we go. I'll put that in.
If you could just cut
now
that.
I have my dubstep song. Thank you, Scott. But I just wanted to just. I saw the music video for this, and it came out. This is like 2006. This is like during the Iraq war times, and there was a time like the music video is kind of like System of a Downy, where like there's like him in front of an American flag being like ultra patriotic, but like in a kind of ironic way, and it like flashes from the American flag to the Iraq flag when it says, "I got this plan in motion." Oh wait, no, I think it's where it says, "The news can't wait to promote all the bullshit this government is selling." I think is when the flag goes to the Iraq flag. But yeah, much like a lot of other rock bands at the time, they were making a big statement about Bush and Iraq and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But much like the previous album was kind of taking on the Reagan era, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is real ironic song. A lot of just like what we've already talked about, just like I'm fucking American, I can do whatever the fuck I want. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
All that anti-mask stuff.
yeah. He's vehemently anti-mask. He will fight anyone that's wearing one. And,
Me too.
Just kidding. Hashtag me too.
Oh, no.
But this next, speaking of a poor joke, this is 1 Foot in Hell.
I'm like a ghost back from the dead. I need revenge. I'm gonna finish this and Xbox the spot. I'm gonna fight him, give him all that I got. And
You know, this song really feels like a product of the time, because this was released in like the 2000s,
Yeah,
like the mid
2006.
2000s. Yeah. See, like this really feels like they were trying to be like, well, let's add a slow hip hop element to our like metal.
Oh, yeah?
aspect.
Well, it does feel, feel a
it's
little
just
more
a
modern.
little slower. It even feels like a little slower, more rhythmatic-ish than like what they would have done otherwise, you know?
Well, it's a little less like 80s hair metal
Yeah.
than some of the other albums.
I guess
Ignore
that's
that.
I guess that's where, like, well, even with
That
this
was
song,
strange.
that's kind of
I don't
where
know
I'll
what that
get
was, but
that,
ignore
you
it.
know?
Everything's still working.
Just the ghost in the house.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's the Operation Mind.
I wasn't-
maybe
I
we
wasn't
have
worried
Operation
about it.
Mindcrime.
Shit, we're getting taken over.
Fuck. Maybe
But
that's what
I
happens if you
feel-
listen to this album enough.
I feel like this song is like him coming to terms with his mission that's still in his head.
Yeah.
Like I feel like some
Uh-huh.
time has passed, but now he's like, I need to focus and I need to fight this.
Well, also he's it's kind of like what I like about this album in particular with Nikki is he doesn't have much of the weakness until the spoiler alert, until the end. But like until this point, until like he gets to like Dr. X or whatever, he's like on a revenge mission. So like this is the start of his like because he says, I'm gonna finish this and X marks the spot. I need revenge, gonna have his head. But yeah, so he's like
He's full mission mode.
yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
sitting in his apartment, like
Yeah.
He's
oiling his
down.
guns and
Uh-huh.
checking his ammo and getting suited up, ready for battle.
Yeah, this is like the sequel of an action franchise where he's getting revenge for everyone he loves dying.
I hope he's got like a black
It's a
trench coat
montage.
though, because that's
Yeah,
metal.
yeah. What's up?
He needs a black trench coat because that's totally metal.
Well, I mean, did you see him in the stage show?
No,
He's wearing a black trench coat the entire show.
That's so funny.
Yeah. If you look up Mindcrime at
all right, I need to buy a black trench coat.
it's
'cause fuck yeah.
something that starts with M, but there's a full 2.5 hour show of Mindcrime 1 and 2.
At the Moor.
At the Moor, yes, Mindcrime at the Moor. It's very good actually.
It's
But yeah,
pretty good,
he is in full like fucking Neo. Well, he looks like what he looks like is fucking another action star. Shit.
I thought he looked like Hannibal Lecter.
I didn't think that, but yeah, I can see that.
The age is
Well,
definitely
won't
getting
disagree.
the hairline going back a little bit.
I'll come back to it when I remember which actor I thought he looked like.
Schwarzenegger?
No, it's like it's one of the. It's like an older guy now. He's still doing stuff.
Eastwood?
And he is always wearing sunglasses and he has slick back hair. And he's like really fat.
Oh,
You know who I'm talking
Steven
about.
Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Oh,
He looks just like Steven Seagal in that
Just
one
not
that,
as
that
fat.
live show I was just talking about. What?
Just not as fat.
No.
And less swords. And less swords.
Yeah, and
I like swords.
and less obvious stunt doubles jumping in anytime his back is facing the camera. Yeah, apparently he's gotten real lazy on set these days. But yeah, this next track we got for you guys is Hostage. So yeah, speaking of it going wrong still, here's Hostage. I think it's parts like this that make it sound a little more modern, you know? Like, I feel like that kind of guitar work is a little more popular in the 2000s. Kind of spacey.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing
Yeah.
I like about it is the fact that they kept their style, but just modernized it.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
Like they sound just as good as they did back then, and it's like the same style and everything, but it's just more. It's more for the times.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do, you know, with
right? Where
music.
like some
you can't
bands they
just,
like do full flops, where they just like go from rock to hip hop or something, you know,
or they just keep doing exactly the same thing and never ever change at
Right.
all. And then
you got to change a little bit.
It's only
Yeah.
a few bands can actually pull
gotta-
it
you
off.
gotta
Like,
be able to
it's
adapt.
still good. I like
Right.
it.
You know, it's
like,
not
what are you
changing,
keeping?
it's adapting.
But
Yeah.
not everyone
You
can
don't
do
have
that.
to
And the majority of the time
change.
you do change, like every few years as you keep going, you're going to change a sound or change. Like, it's just
yeah.
Well,
that's
again,
that's how
it's
gonna
about
happen.
adapting. It's not
I
about
just
change.
find
You
it
don't
funny,
have
though.
to change
well, changes adapt.
yourself. You just
changes the same.
but
thing, but yes,
it's a mind crime. It's a mind. It's a way of
It's a
thinking.
fucking mind
It's a
crime.
way of thinking.
Yeah.
That's for
You're
the better.
committing a mind crime on yourself.
You're not
to make
letting
music.
go of what you are.
Yeah.
You are just willing to change with what's happening, right?
I just
Yeah.
find it funny
This is
though,
still
when like
penalty
a
for that
band
mind
does
crime,
release
you know?
that new music, like you watch their videos on YouTube
Yeah.
and people flip the fuck out.
Right.
They're like,
Yeah, I
this
know, the
isn't the
crowds are
same
crazy.
band. Like this is bullshit.
Oh,
they
yeah,
sold
like they're-
out.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
fuck,
okay.
There's like
fuck you,
there's so
man.
many
Like,
people that do
listen, I
that,
wanna
Yeah,
but
I
like they
know,
don't
man.
understand like
Are
that's
these
what
the
they have
YouTube
to
comments?
do because that's what music is. You especially
Yeah.
if you're
Well,
going for
it's
years,
like
you know, you have to change and adapt and
Yeah,
all the things,
Certain
you know.
fans
You have
really
to
are mean
remind
about
people
that.
that listen, I have to make money too.
Well-
I want to keep doing what I'm doing, so I have to make money too.
Well, it's not just that.
I
It's
have
not
to
just
make-
I want to make money, but I want to do different stuff. I want to change.
Well,
I want to do.
yeah.
I want to,
True.
satisfy
right?
my
Like, I feel like
artistic
playing
drive
the
or
same
whatever.
thing over and
Mhm.
over again would be boring. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, they definitely represent the 80s sound really well as well. Like there's some
Mhm.
songs that sound straight out of the 80s. But Hostage here. I felt like it kind of had a System of a Down vibe when I was listening to it. The way the guitar tones sounded, like the song Question, maybe. I think Question is the one that's got spacey guitar from System of a Down. But
I don't know if I've heard that one.
This is a mental hostage
I
In
think
this
it's
one, he
on-
says that he is a hostage
to himself.
of their words.
Yes.
Yeah.
Judgment
So
Man
I feel
holds
like
my
what
fate.
he's saying is that he's diving deeper and he's realizing that not only is he still in it, he's a hostage because the things that they
Mhm.
said to him still have a hold on him
Mhm.
and he
Mhm.
can't break free
He's
and
on
he's
full
trying
inception.
really hard.
Yeah,
Man,
He's
yeah.
free now
Therapy.
from jail, you know.
yeah, he's free in society, but he's still
He's
damaged.
His brain
still captured in his soul.
His brain's in a cage.
Yeah.
Despite all my
Despite-
rage.
Yes,
I'm still just a rat in a
I know.
cage.
I
I'm
was
still
trying
just
to-
a
yeah.
brain in the cage deep.
Yeah, Scott wins that one. Scott wins that
Yeah.
joke.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But what do they say on the late night show? Points.
Points.
Who got points?
Oh, this guy, Scott.
Hey, now that you like video it, you should put up like a little scoreboard in the back where we can get points.
I should.
Like just hit a thing.
I
like,
should
Well, you're gonna have to
Dave
come
gets
back
3
every
points.
couple of months to keep your points
I
score
will,
up.
yeah.
I should put these videos
I'll
out
just
more
start.
often.
I'll start sending you some albums that I'd like to do,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Man, listen.
Maybe I'll put the Operation
You're always
Mindcrime parts
welcome
1
back,
and 2.
dude. We'll just
Brad will be
throw
like
you
a
back
DM.
on
He'll
the
be like,
regulars
all right,
list
I'm
if
giving you a
that's what
bonus
you
point.
want.
That was a good
Fuck.
comment.
yeah,
That was a good
fuck,
pull.
I'd go on that shit.
Never actually talk myself, just like give you points as
Yep.
you guys talk.
Everyone gets points.
Yeah,
Points.
Whose points
There we
are
go.
they anyway?
Huh. That's actually not a bad idea. I'm going to write that
Yeah.
down. But he's a hostage to himself.
I
Yeah.
know. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad. And then
It's so
it's so sad. It's so sad. He's a hostage to himself. This former drug addict that was put in a mental asylum for murder he didn't commit for a long, long time. So sad. And then at the end of this track, I think this is a part where he's getting I think he's getting caught for doing some like petty crime, because there's like a little part where the jury's like
Jury's
guilty,
Yeah.
or in the court. So I think maybe he like is immediately like caught for something else, but then like it's not like a big thing. Maybe I don't know, but I think it's only mentioning this part maybe to reference the fact that it's hard to adapt back into society when you've been in either a mental hospital or a prison for a while.
Or you're just
Kind of
fucking nuts
institution.
anyway.
Yeah, institutionalized. Yes, sir. For sure.
Knocking futs. I mean, sorry.
He's knocking butts for sure.
That's a great movie, by the way.
But this next track is our 6th track of the night. This is The Hands.
I'll show you some hands.
You want to see hands?
I find a way.
Fisticuffs right now.
I hear voices. Feel them surround me. Pull me from the edge. I close my eyes and
Yeah.
Just go right from deep 80s rage to like, "Oh, we like the volleyball."
I think this is the song that you didn't like.
I think
Because there was one where he's like, this shit just fucking blows, dude.
you know what? So when I heard this song, the first thing that popped into my head is like they learned power ballad. Like Queensryche learned power ballad.
Yeah.
Because like
That's what we were
because
talking
it was like
about.
late
too.
80s, early 90s, the power ballad really took off, right?
Yeah.
Well, they
Oh,
had
yeah.
a couple
So,
in the
like-
first,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I mean, if you
so-
want to sell
But
out,
they were a little
I mean,
different
look
than
at
this.
the damn Yankees,
Yeah.
man.
Well, this is more a power ballad of
Yeah.
like a rock opera,
Yeah,
so it's got to
yeah.
be more dynamic.
But the last one was like a straight up opera almost
Mhm.
sometimes.
Right.
You know? So yeah, I think that it's similar, I guess, in that sense that it's like, rock opera versus opera. And it's just the last one was just more theatrical,
It was.
It's like Alien to Aliens,
Mm-hmm.
Like Alien itself is like, the classic, with all the, kind of cool, like real looking sets and everything. What am I doing? We should. This track's called The Hands.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I like it references
don't
back
remember
to the beginning of the last album where they were going into. Remember, Dr. X was a revolutionary dude. He was trying to tell people to like smash the government and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was this like Stalin-esque like revolutionary guy.
yeah, powers like Professor X.
I think that's what he's trying to do. Maybe I think that's maybe his end goal. He can already control people's minds, so perhaps actually that's not a.
Hey, man,
It's not a stretch.
we'll learn about that in the multiverse of madness, man.
Yeah, I hope if Dr. X doesn't
God
show up in the
bless.
multiverse of madness, I will be
He's
upset.
showing up.
You know,
We heard his voice.
I wish it was
I
queued
want
up.
Dr. X from this.
I wish it was queued
Yeah.
up right now because I would just say,
My bad.
"Can I play with madness?
Wait, you say that one more time. You wish what?
Can I play with madness?"
Can I play with madness?
How'd you do that? I don't even have that queued up.
Oh man,
Holy
that was impressive.
I remember now.
Nice work.
That he just opened his mouth and that
Do you
came
remember
out
how
of
it started?
No, I just remember
Wow.
Iron Maiden. That was great.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I'm sorry.
Remember now.
What were you saying, John?
I remember how it started.
Oh, sorry.
He's talking about pizza that he's baking in the oven.
Yeah, I think I spaced
How-
out there for
How
a second.
far it's come.
Pizza, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh,
The hands.
it has come so far.
I've come so far.
He's
This,
had a journey.
So-
Dude,
Hey,
he's
the
had a
song
goddamn
is
journey.
kind of
So-
about.
I don't have
the
too
song
much to
is
say
kind
about
of
this
about
one, but-
him like coming out of the trial, and now he's kind of just like sitting on the road, kind of just like not knowing what to do. And the hands are the helping hands that try to help him along the way.
Okay.
And like
saving him again. Yeah. Always someone there watching out for me. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking when I first heard this, I was thinking that maybe he was like kind of paranoid about someone trying to assassinate him. But I think you're right. It's more of a he's people are pulling him, from destroying himself.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's kind of a
Lost my
positive
train of
message
thought
here.
on that one because I was going to go with it too.
Well, I agree with.
Are
your
the
train of
helping
thought.
hands more of a puppeteer, like trying to move him along?
Maybe. I mean, he does.
I mean, they could be like if they're still watching him, they could be people placed to go and help him back on his feet towards his goal.
Well, yeah. Well, I was thinking, I guess I was coming at it from the first album, and I was thinking, oh, maybe there's some Dr. X assassins that know he's out.
Right, watching him and
they're gonna
ready to
shank him in the
get
alley.
him.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought it was a sprinkler going off, and he was like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh yeah. That's
Sprinkler of blood.
sprinkles out of his goddamn throat.
just like a classic slasher
The crazy
film.
neighbors with their weird ass sprinklers.
This next track is Speed of Light.
Where are you now?
Feeling small.
Live without it. Cold is your best.
I made my life a mess.
Everyone but you sees it.
What a fool.
What you gonna do? Make more excuses.
Don't worry, I'll kill the bastard.
Fucking kill him.
Just a wild track.
Spoiler alert, Mary's back in his brain, in his subconscious.
She's
She's still dead.
right
but-
back
He's
in
finally
the same
lost his
spot.
mind to the point.
It's just a
of
memory.
him reliving her
It's all gone.
memory.
Yeah. Well,
all
now
gone.
she's talking to him. She's
All
like,
sanity has left the building.
Yeah.
Just like
Because he was like on a mission, and then he went to jail or went to a trial, and he's like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And he started like losing his mind,
Yeah.
like waiting on the street for someone to help him.
But she's like,
But now, he's like
Mother Mary.
diving into the madness,
Mm-hmm. That he's embracing it. He's like, no, you're right. I should get revenge.
Yeah.
I should. He's using
He's like
her
talking
voice
to
as the voice
someone-
of reason because he's
Yeah.
losing it.
He's just on
Yeah.
a sidewalk, just with probably a
I'm just
corn dog and a slushy, just yelling, "Yes, I'll kill that guy." People are
I'm
like,
just
"Who the fuck is
imagining the
going?"
people like,
Yeah, he's using his corn dog with a sword.
yeah. So he's fully lost it. And now he's gonna go the speed of light, to kill Professor X. It sounds, or Dr. X. Sorry,
Which is like
He didn't get his
a fast-paced
professor
shamble.
hit. What?
He's just going by the speed of light.
Yeah. He's a fast guy.
Just-
We learned in this track.
Pew, pew.
Pew pew. But yeah, I gotta say, Mary is voiced again by Pamela Moore. She was the same as the last Operation Mindcrime, and she was also in the live show we were watching before this.
I like how they do that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Keeping the same one around.
Bring it back.
Yeah. So
I feel like there's like so many options for stage performers, like fill-in bands and stuff that People just are like, well, I mean, she was okay, but we'll get somebody better, you know. But like, I like how they like actually kept her.
We need her.
They found their perfect fit, almost, you know, or they were just like, you know, generous enough to offer her back instead of like being like,
the fans are gonna riot
you know?
if Mary's not back.
Right,
dude. I would be so pissed if Pamela Moore didn't reprise her role.
Right.
And she's still got it. Like she like really you know is hitting those notes in the show we were seeing. I know that we were talking a little bit about how the lead singer is, you know, he's obviously a little bit older, which is fine. But he definitely gets there in the later part of the show. We're talking about Jeff Tate, of course, who's like he's like the face of the live show, looking like
the live show that we were watching. When was that from?
I would think that it's close to when it came out, just because they split up because of differences about this.
Like 06, 07?
Maybe it was okay. Well, no, they split up in 2012. So
anytime before 2012.
So yeah, I guess this was a thorn in their side for 6 whole years. They were fighting each other about stuff. So because it came out in 2006. So yeah,
I think that video that we watched too was in 2006. So it must have been a tour like right after they released it.
Yeah. Like they had a fight after the tour and then like formally like disbanded in 2012 or something.
I don't like your music.
I'm just
so loud when you sleep.
I'm sick of hanging out with
so much theatrics.
Oh my God.
I just want to play
you didn't
rock.
pay me enough at the last show.
I mean, come on. I'm worth more than that.
We need to get a shower in the tour bus.
Lots of Mindcrime.
No, I swear to God,
that was actual audio of the actual tour bus.
That was the fight that they had.
Yeah. We were able to track that down.
Yeah, I swear to God, that's where the system goes wrong on both ends.
It was the system in the down.
Keep wanting more, and the money keeps running out, and then eventually we're just like, Rah!
The system is down. The system.
Signs say go.
This is the most headbanger I've heard of.
This definitely is the most like mid 2000s like metal sound.
As they would say in ye olden times, that shit slaps.
You know
that shit does. As they say in the old days from generations past, it does slap.
I swear to God, though, man, like one of the things I love about working at Wigs over Madison is like I'll get like to control the radio every once in a while, you know, and I'll fucking like plug in some like 2000 shit, and I'll get like all my like emo head slapper shit from that. Every time I'm like,
John just
I just miss my fucking like head banger shit, you know. Like
it kind of reminds me of the band, like some southern metal a little bit, you know, southern
like Pantera
rock.
Yeah.
Well, no. There was the old lead singer of Under Oath made a southern metal band. I don't know the names of a lot of them, but they're kind of got that like I don't know twangy aspect to their guitar buried in there.
If that should be a band like Kentucky Fried Carnage.
It was like the band Hell Yeah.
Hell Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was like
dope.
It was like a couple dudes from Pantera, and then lead singer of Mudvayne.
Oh, okay.
And they turned like southern rock.
Yeah.
So they were like kind of, it was more like country-ish feeling, but it was still metal.
There's some of that that's really good.
But it was totally weird because like, Pantera, they're not like that at all, and neither is Mudvayne.
No.
To have the two combined to make like this country metal epic is like what?
yeah. They get
it's awesome.
They got older and they're like,
Scott,
I listen to a lot more country
doesn't
now.
Slap.
It slaps, especially the song "Alcohol and Ass."
On a scale of 1 to 10 on the slap meter, it's like a good solid 9.
It's definitely probably like a 7 on the slap meter.
Yeah. This one was probably a 9 or 10 for me for as far as how much it slaps. This This track, Sign Say Go. I love that it's like, this comes right after she says, kill the bastard.
So he's on like full hype mode.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, let's fucking do
all
it.
systems go, man.
Let's kill the
Engage.
fucking bastard.
The signs is Mary, and she's like, go, bitch. And he's like, fuck yeah.
I like that Mary has a little more agency in this album.
And she's being very helpful throughout this.
Yeah. I was just saying, we'll get there. We'll get there in a second.
Okay.
But in the first one though, like it seemed like, you know, she kind of was a like somewhat secondary character in some respects.
Yeah.
And in this one,
Just caught in the crosshairs.
she's just like, no, fuck that. I'm calling the shots now, Nikki.
Just grabbing the wheel.
Yeah,
Just like Terminator.
Just turning
Terminator.
into the
What's
slide.
her name?
Oh,
Sarah Connor?
Sarah Connor.
She's like the Sarah Connor's ghost.
She's Sarah Connoring this shit.
She's going after Miles Dyson right now.
Yeah, it's like the best fucking part of the
like,
movie, dude.
fuck this shit. You're not gonna kill me. I'm gonna kill you,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all this song is. It's just like fucking let's fucking go.
Yeah.
You know, I tear him down. Take any more, I'll tear him down. Yeah. Not a lot more to say besides it's a banger. Listen to it. It's fun.
It's the tits, yo.
All the signs say go. But this next track we have for you guys, and then we're going to take a quick break, is Rearrange You. Okay. There it is. Fuck.
I remember now.
I remember how this started.
Remember now. Hey, Poochie.
Oh, yeah.
Let's listen to it over and over again.
Oh yeah! This is what people would be doing if they were like in the crowd.
That was
It's
like,
like
the
banging
dude.
their
That was like the
arms,
dude
like,
in the video where he's just like,
He was like frozen,
yeah.
like the front row center guy with his melted
Give
face.
him the symbol.
he
Give
was
him the
straight up
Devo symbol. I hate the devil.
Destroyed by. Yeah. Everyone was just fucking face melted by that point.
I was face melted once.
Yeah?
Yeah, I went to see Volbeat and Killswitch at the Alliant Energy Center.
That would melt face.
And I was front row.
Yeah.
We got in super early to be like right on the gate.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we were right in front of both guitarists. Both bands.
That's awesome.
Like they played right in front of us, and like Killswitch, dude, that guy fucking shreds. He's super weird though, and like I don't know, he's kind of annoying.
Did he kiss you on the lips?
No, but he shreds. So I look past all the other dumb shit he does.
Yeah.
But then the like guitarist of Volbeat, that guy is literally like just a shred master.
Yeah.
Like that dude, like he melted my face straight off.
Man, how do you even still like hear me right now? Like, aren't your eardrums just shattered?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Been to a lot of shows.
Dude, we all understand that.
I think I'm gonna go to Rockfest again this year too, so I'll bump it up a little too.
Yeah.
The deafness.
I will say once I shattered my face, but that was because I was doing bath salts when I was like 19 years old.
Oh no!
So it was a fun time.
No.
It was a fun time.
So it wasn't music related.
I survived.
You just let me know if you want me to censor that
It
when
involved
we edit
Janis
this.
Joplin. I'm not gonna lie. It was a whole thing.
Janis Joplin was there?
No,
Oh my
she
God.
wasn't
They were
there.
eating
but the
bath
song
salts out
was
of each other's
playing.
ass.
Was Janis
It was
Joplin
a
like
thing.
your Mary? Like was she
yeah,
like talking
little
to you
bit,
from the
little bit.
beyond?
Yeah,
for
a
you,
little
dog?
bit.
Yeah.
Actually, that was
John,
rearrange you.
I heard things that night. I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
'Cause I've
Back to a different Mindcrime.
Anyway.
I remember how it started. I can't remember yesterday.
Did one of you guys say something?
What?
I remember when it did
anything
start.
that
The
happened.
Scots just that first album a while back.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, you're the one that actually suggested this album. I didn't
Did.
find
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you find this one?
Well, I've always liked them.
Where'd you find this weird shit?
I've always liked some songs off of it.
Where'd you
and
find?
growing up, I really didn't watch too much like TV shows. I always watch like music videos and browse music channels.
Yeah.
And like these guys were always like on the 80s hair shit, you know, and like I always liked it. I was like, man, these guys rock.
Well, yeah, their videos are great too.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They,
and
like,
like
put a
the
little
dude's
more
voice
effort.
is
They're
awesome.
a good band.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so
they're
like
a good band.
that's how I found this one because of like a bunch of the songs that I heard from TV and whatever were on this album. So
Yeah.
or I guess the first album, but yeah.
Yeah. That's, I mean, it was, I think, it must have been a bigger album than it seems. Because, like, I'm assuming they had a big, like, drop off after the 80s. But, like, there was a big,
actually, they
enthusiastic crowd.
They survived
those
through the
music
90s.
videos.
This was the album that really, like, ruined them. They were like, they had a decent following.
Well, this one sold pretty
of people
well.
that,
but
like followed them through the 90s.
Dying.
Yeah.
But, like,
it was the last nail in the coffin.
Yes, it was.
It was their Styx moment.
Yes.
Oh, fuck, did we do a Kilroy?
Oh, no, we killed Roy. That's what they mean when they say Kilroy was here. Is like, he killed another band. Roy did.
Yes.
Video killed the radio star.
But,
that's
Kilroy
true.
killed the vid.
And it was the first video they played.
Yeah, dude.
Fun fact.
I'm telling you, that's not a
Pop-up
coincidence.
video. I wish there was pop-up video on YouTube. I want pop-up video.
Pop-up video is
Everyone
great.
needs
by
it.
the
Pop-up
way.
video, if you ever want to.
Everybody
to
needs
redo
pop-up
If you
video
wanna
in
sponsor
their
a podcast,
life.
pop-up
Look it
video.
up. It was on MTV.
Hashtag
So,
pop-up video.
did we actually talk about this song?
No, they say let the
What
world
song is
change
this
you.
again?
You can change the world
Oh,
bit by
yeah.
bit, rearrange you. I can't change the world. It's taken me years to get to this place. I found you hiding inside a persona. You built from my pain. Fortune has finally come, and vengeance is mine. I've won, and I'll take the world now by storm.
Oh boy,
Dude, is Dr. X?
This is another hype song,
Is
kind of.
Dr.
That's
X in his head,
revengeful.
dude? Like
you know,
that last part that you read there, it sounded like it was in his head. Read it. What was it again?
hold on. So we got. They say the world. They say let the world
Oh,
change
yeah.
you. You can
Where he says,
a bit, but rearrange you.
I found you hiding inside a persona.
Hmm.
You built from my pain.
Shit. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, see, that's
Well, you
why
know,
it sounds. That's why I say it
Fortune
sounds
has
pretty
finally
revengeful.
come.
You know.
So you think maybe he's Dr. X? Oh fuck.
I mean, from what we know about
That's
the
plausible.
ending,
Well, I will say,
but
like,
does that mean
with
he
the
actually
live-
wins?
Is he,
with the
is
live
he his own
stage
Charlie?
show, there is a part of the show where he plays Dr. X. He plays both characters a few times, but
Okay.
there's like an actor that plays Nikki part of the time, and then the times where there's no Dr. X in the song, he is Nikki. So like he goes a little bit in between the two. But
Going
when
all
he's
fur-
Dr. X, he has the lab coat with an X on
We're
it.
going all Fight Club, aren't we?
This might be a Fight Club
I
situation.
think it's a Fight Club
Ah,
situation.
Fight Club of
I didn't
personalities.
think about that
Jeepers
last episode, but I mean that's entirely possible.
Well, I mean, there's other songs later that might tell us more.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe
That's
perhaps
true.
even on the other side of this break. we're
The
about to
classic
take.
Story Lord fashion. If we keep reading through, we can
Yeah.
find clues.
We can find clues to
We can
solve
find some
this
clues.
mystery.
Yeah.
Are we going to be like the Scooby Gang?
It was
We're-
Nikki.
Yeah.
Are we
on
going
the
to figure this
streets.
out?
I'm gonna be
With his own
I'm
head.
gonna be Velma, I think. I have the glasses.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
Jinkies.
Jinkies.
I call Shaggy. Well,
Well, you got
I'm either Shaggy or I'm Scooby.
You're gonna be
I'll-
Scooby?
I'll-
No, I said you have a
I'll-
Scoob.
Somebody wants to be the Shaggy to my Scooby.
I could be Shaggy. I mean, I was just trying to avoid Shaggy.
I've always
since
seen you as Shaggy.
I've kind of always been Shaggy.
I understand that.
Yeah.
You're a great Shaggy.
You're definitely that one guy.
Boy, the cops
In this
disagree.
situation,
What?
Cops disagree.
you were
Dan?
either
Ken?
the Velma
Ken?
or the
Was that
Fred
the main
because
guy?
you're like
No, Fred.
You're
Fred.
the
Fred.
leader.
You're
Well,
Fred.
you're the
Yeah,
leader
yeah.
of the gang.
I'm gonna ask.
I'd like to
Scott.
think
and Velma's
I'm a
like the
combination of the two,
intellectual
yes.
All right, so
leader,
Daphne.
and Fred's like the leader.
I'm
you
Velma
know,
and
like,
Fred's love child.
But like,
I
if
check
Velma
out
left
when I
the
was
group,
packing
the
to
group
make sure I
wouldn't
was like
exist,
beautiful
you know?
enough, you know.
And that's you.
yeah.
I
If
win,
you
so-
left the group wouldn't exist.
Although there was
Here
a
I
series,
am,
you're the
bitches.
core. You know,
there
no
was a
matter what.
series with Daphne and Scooby, and
Scrappy.
Yeah, but
if you listen back to the last 20
Yeah.
seconds, you can listen to two conversations at once.
anyways, I'm
I like how
sorry.
me and you
I'm
were
sorry.
like zoned in on each other's conversation, and then you two were also zoned in on each other's conversation. But
that's you have that recorded?
So,
you should save that.
I'm gonna have fun mixing that.
You should save that.
This is perfectly what I found.
Anyways, I
gotta
take a piss, guys,
just having
and then I need a cigarette.
Break time.
I remember now.
Bye.
Bye.
I remember how the break started.
The album concept hour. The album concept hour.
Sorry.
Oh, I love the Karen remix. Ever just watching the goddamn check. Everyone wants to
Chicka, yeah. If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
Yeah.
If you want to live forever, friendship never ends. If you want to be my lover,
you gotta get with my friends.
And like we were saying, this next song is called
so
The Chase.
Easy, but that's the way it is.
The Chase.
Oh, yeah.
You owe me. I owe you nothing. Your life a purpose. I owe you nothing. Without me, you would have learned your
Almost like the ringleader of a circus. It just felt like that weird vibe happening in that song or that clip.
Well, you know, it's funny you should mention that. You know who's actually playing Dr. X in Operation Mindcrime 2?
Who is it?
Me.
Ronnie James Dio.
No way.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they
that's
upgraded
fucking awesome.
for Dr. X on this one. Yeah.
Bigger budget.
What?
Bigger budget.
Yeah. Well, and
motherfucker.
he looks great, actually. Like I saw a video with him performing this song with them.
Dude, Dio always had a great voice.
Fucking great.
He kept that voice the whole time, man.
Yeah. He is like, I think maybe the best of the high pitched 80s metal.
He's
guys.
one of them.
He's
definitely up there.
I would definitely say.
I'll tell you.
He's definitely on like Mount Rushmore.
Well, like you know though,
those
it's
guys.
You know what
like
he is? He's like
that
the
is a
man
hard
on the
category. Because in the 80s, you definitely had like all these men trying to like get the hardcore.
Well, yeah, singing all of the all of the falsetto kind of stuff. It's really, really hard to do when you're older.
I can't think of his name, but
we definitely
Judas
shouldn't
Priest.
let our kids grow.
Judas Priest. Yep.
That guy, I can't think of his fucking name.
Everyone was just like going, you know. And Queensryche, no exception. But yeah, this is the confrontation between Dr. X and Nikki. This is like this is where shit goes down.
Where they start screaming at each other.
Yeah.
His plans are finally coming to fruition.
Yeah, and what what happens when he confronts Dr. X is Dr. X says to him like, without me you would be nothing, you know? Like where is it? Oh yeah. With you were facing and here, Scott, you want to actually read this with me? You be Dr. X, I'll be Nikki here, all right? So you go first here.
Here we are, at last facing oblivion.
And this is where it finally ends. You don't belong here.
Holding fast to each of our sins.
With hope by my side, I'll survive to see the dawn.
Believe me or not, you owe me.
I owe you nothing.
I gave your life purpose.
I owe you nothing but death.
Without me, you wouldn't have learned a thing.
Yeah, so...
Hey, guys, do you guys ever want to do like a radio show? That'd be great.
Yeah, thank you.
That was great. Great rendition. Great rendition.
Felt like that would be a good Dr. X voice.
Yeah, I think that was
great.
But I almost felt
great.
like I had unlimited power.
Yeah, and I
Yes!
feel like
That's what. Yes.
and I just wanted to be kind of unhinged,
Right.
weird. Yeah, I don't know. And I owe you. He's like pulling the like, classic like abuser tactic, which is like, oh, you're not, you wouldn't have anything without me, man. Like
I made you.
I made you. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Dr. X.
And
Oh, bitch.
Oh, bitch. And in the did you see any of the music videos with the old guy and the guy that plays Dr. X in the 80s videos?
I didn't see.
There's like this different guy with like spiky
Like when we
hair
were
and
watching
like
that
spiky
live
eyebrows.
performance, they had like a Dr. X person on stage.
Yeah,
but like I don't know if that's the one.
I think that was the lead singer with a coat that had an X on it. Yeah, he switched a little bit.
He was at one point. He was in that straitjacket, and some like doctor and nurse came and took him off stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if that was the same Dr. X or not.
Well, he was like an older gentleman with really spiky eyebrows and spiky hair, and he like gave Nikki the guns in the music video, and because he had the heroin. He's like, hey, listen, here's the guns. You kill some people, I'll give you this heroin. No. But he has to kill some people so he can get the heroin, though.
That's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
It's like the movie Crank or something.
And then
it's like the movie Crank.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the movie Crank, but
movie Crank
with heroin.
Wasn't Crank with heroin?
Spoiler alert!
That was crack.
This chase ends in what you might expect from some of these tracks, with a murder. This next track is Murderer.
One thing quick from the last track, Dr. X, there's the line says, while you spent 18 years watching TV, I've watched my fortune grow, which is technically also the same time frame from albums. It was 18 years. So
look at that.
Probably a little connection between like, I know what you've been doing for 18 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he put him there.
Yeah, that's probably from the hands that we were talking about earlier, and the people that he's been spying on him with.
Yes, all of his little spies in the world.
He thinks that they're helping him and just being good humans, but
oh no, you think that they're all the helping hands were just agents of Dr. X?
Yeah. The Helping Hands Club is bad?
Oh no. This is just like America.
Murder.
Well, he is an American, and he's going to get everything that he deserves as an American. So,
what was that, John? Or John? Scott.
Well, like you said, that's American, and I said he did sing a song about being American. He's going to get everything that he deserves. So, here it is.
It kind of reminds me of that one. Just to dive back for a second, it kind of reminded me of the David Bowie song.
I'm afraid of Americans. I kept wanting to bring that up earlier. I'm like, I don't know how I slid this back in, because after that track, I'm like, we won't make it.
I seriously love that song.
Yeah.
Well, it's like especially like at the time of like, Bowie and like the Beatles and stuff, it's like that's what they were told, go to America. That's where the money is.
Yeah.
Get famous here, then go to America.
Americans.
You'll make so much money off those bitches.
Well, yeah.
But that was such a later track with like
that
Trent
was
Reznor.
Like the 90s, right?
That was Earthly, and that was like early 2000s, maybe.
Oh, really? Okay.
You say Trent Reznor was in that?
Well,
yeah,
he
him and David Bowie
that.
got along really well.
Yeah.
So
they did, I think, that track together.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Got that album, Earthly, I think.
Yeah. We talk about it a little bit in the Nine Inch Nails episode.
I love how like random musicians will get together and do cool things.
Well, I love it when
that's really cool,
right now, there's this thing going on between Bring Me the Horizon and Ed Sheeran.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently Ed Sheeran's like a massive metalhead.
Oh,
and wanted to do like a collab with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything about it yet, but apparently it's in production right now, and it totally kind of threw me off guard. I was like,
Ed Sheeran,
really? Okay.
Ed Sheeran Black Album.
I'll tell you,
his hair black.
As long as we're talking about Bowie, like really, like that's how like the Bowie and Queen song like happened. Like that was a complete
pressure.
Yeah.
That was a whole like
it's magic.
coincidental thing. Like he was like in the studio that day, and
This is too
Freddie
cool.
was like, "Hey man, like you want to like
what you doing?" Can you just imagine that feeling though?
Like
you're already like there to make an album.
Yeah,
but then all of a sudden you run into somebody else, and you're like,
and it's somebody that you respect just as much as yourself.
They probably did a little
'cause,
fangirl action on them, and
like they just like talk
everyone's
to each
like,
other.
we should
and then,
totally do a track
yeah,
together.
come on, man. Like come on. Like we're doing this track. You should do the other half. Like I'll do half the vocals. You do the other half.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Yeah.
That's see that's what's lost now. It still kind of happens, but it doesn't happen like.
I was talking to my coworker about that the other day, about how as time progresses, we're losing greats.
Mm-hmm.
You look back on albums. You look back on albums, and like Sabbath
at the same
and
time,
Led Zeppelin.
It's almost
and,
like
all these like great artists that had like amazing concept albums and like an amazing career, and now we don't really have anything like that. Like everything's like a 10-second fling.
And I was back in the 80s, they were fighting the
Dave looks like he needs some of this.
The censorship of music, like we were talking about in a couple of the other albums. That's kind of some of what sparked Operation Mindcrime. And so this story is kind of connecting,
really connecting full circle. Like
trying.
Wait, full circle? That means circles are coming up.
Full circles, did you say?
Yeah.
What I thought I needed so bad was always here.
Worth a shot.
Someday. Soonish.
By the way, you guys should come over and play my dartboard.
Okay.
I want to start a dart tournament.
In your house.
With y'all.
Okay.
That's besides the point, but anyway.
No, we're having a dart party at Scott's house. Dart party? I don't know.
Everybody that's listening to this is invited. It's going to be probably before you hear or before you hear this. So
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. You're going to miss the dart
party.
You're
going to miss the dart party. It's going to be fun.
They'll talk about it on a later episode. So
lots of dots.
The dots.
But circles. I really enjoyed this track. This one it kind of reminded me of something a post-hardcore band might do, or like an emo band might do. Whereas that kind of like space, like bizarre kind of, I don't know, spacey guitar was really popular in the 2000s. Just really expansive, spacey sounding guitar.
A large soundscape in a sense.
Yeah,
almost.
and I feel like I'm kind of drawing from some of that current music at the time. Like Me Without You kind of has a few tracks where it gets a little bit like this here and there.
Right.
Yeah, enjoyed this one a lot because I am a post-hardcore junkie. So,
as far as meaning of like this progression of the story,
yeah,
I feel like we had the chase where he met with Dr. X, killed him, and then was framed murderer, but somehow is now reliving all this. And like he talks where I walk around in circles, I'm up all night. He can't sleep because now that his mission is over, he doesn't really know where to go. He doesn't know what to do. He's like,
isn't that the challenge?
He's like framed, and he's like, in a position of, where do I go now?
Yeah,
my mission is over, and they didn't tell me what to do afterwards.
Well, and Dr. X might have
waiting for Mary now.
Well, like it's Dr. X was
something
the one
about her.
that
Mary.
Like could trigger the Mindcrime stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dr. X was able to like turn him into the kind of killer, the Winter Soldier, if you will.
Winter Soldier.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say literally because with the Winter Soldier, you have to give him codes to activate him, and the same. Yeah. It's an older.
It's the same shit.
It's a trope.
It's exactly.
You okay,
exactly.
Scott just got shot in the heart with this beer. Speaking of beer, why don't we just roll right into this little segment we like to call What is Dave Drinking?
This little thing that we like to do.
Fuck.
That's right. I'm still here.
We are back at What is Dave Drinking? And that is the part of the podcast we will go around and find out what everyone has been sipping on tonight. Why don't I start? We'll go around the table this way over to Dave.
That way.
Don't want to turn over that drink.
Don't turn that leaf over.
Nope. So I've been sipping on, of course, pretty standard one for me, Hopalicious.
Thank you. Hopalicious, our sponsor for the podcast.
Hopalicious. Give me some free beer, please. I always love my Hopalicious.
Maybe someday when they get bought again.
Oh, that's right. Oh, they're not going to be Hopalicious anymore?
Actually, they did get bought, and they're going to continue production on Hopalicious, but also expand to another.
Okay. As long as
I'm
Hopalicious
very confused by the
still...
entire situation, so I'm just going to see what happens when the dust
Me as
settles.
well.
I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
That's all I heard is that they were going to continue Hopalicious, but then something else is going to be happening. So,
well, that's the hot goss from locals on Ale Asylum. So, if you know more about, if you have any insider information on what's going on in Ale Asylum,
Man, hit nerd.
feel free to call us 1-608-HIT-NERD and leave us a voicemail.
Give us some fucking gossip.
Seriously.
Give us some hot goss.
Call that number.
That's what this segment is for. Like beer goss?
some gas.
You got some gas? You want to share some gas?
I mean, what are you doing right now? Nothing. Just pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone.
Come on.
Toll free.
We're waiting to kick your fucking ass. Talk some mad shit.
But this, I'll leave this one for you since you have it over there. I'm going to read off the other two you gave me, though. So I got the tail end of this Self-Sabotage first, which is from Black Stack Brewing, a 10% by alcohol by volume beer here. And
triple IPA?
Yeah, really.
Feel free.
Yeah. This one, I had a real intense reaction to. Took a sip.
That was the first one, though.
This one.
That's
okay,
that one.
Ghost in Dade is the one that really hit me real hard.
That one jarred you.
Yeah.
You straight up almost shit your pants on that one.
It was like the first time someone took a sip of whiskey.
Whoa!
Are you all right, man?
Yeah, by JWB, J. Wakefield Brewing.
J. Wakefield Brewing and Parish collab.
Yeah, collab. Love when they collab. And then what about you? What about you, Scott? What have you been sipping on tonight?
So I got the standard here. Classic PBR.
PBR me ASAP.
PBR in porches needs to be a thing more often. So make that a thing. Let's hashtag it.
PBR porches.
PBR porches.
Yeah.
Sit with your buddies on the porch, drink some PBR.
You used to have that screened-in porch.
Yeah,
so we
Franklin
could just,
Street.
Yeah, we could just go in there.
You got a porch you can hang out on?
Yeah, we could just go.
I have a patio.
I know.
We could
totally fit 4 dudes out there drink PBRs.
I say we just, we could do that, but we could also just go back to the Franklin house and just party on that patio.
Just knock on the door and be like, we need some reminiscent times here.
Well, I was thinking maybe we lock the door, put like something covering the door, and then we just party on there.
Yeah, just barricade them. And they'll crawl through the...
Then we can smoke what we want,
like a part of the wall and the floor where it met, the floor sagged so bad you could literally crawl out from under the wall. So that's probably what they do.
They have a way out. Yeah. That'll be fine.
It's a very sound structure.
Anyway, so hashtag PBR porches. PBR and porches needs to be a thing. Hanging with your friends, goddamn it.
Yeah.
But then Dave handed me this Maple Jacket barley wine.
Oh, can I take a sip of that?
The 14.4% barley wine,
Maple
delicious.
Jacket barley wine.
You can't see it right now, but I'm doing like the Italian, goddamn, this is good. Yeah, it jarred me because it's delicious.
Rich.
But it's also
rich and delicious.
Dangerous.
It's so good.
So thank you, Dave.
Yes, enjoy.
I was about to say it's like me, but it's not.
It's totally like me.
I am not rich and delicious.
No, dude. It's just that you're not rich, bro.
Thanks, Scott.
It's just that you're not rich.
Yeah. I'm delicious as hell.
Rich with personality. Fuck you.
Yeah. See that? Yeah. Well, see, there you go. There you go. Attaboy.
Don't try to taste me on the street, please. John.
No.
What are you sipping on?
Okay.
Well, okay. Dave.
Yo.
Dave, what was the donated vodka again?
It was a Kirkland.
It was a Kirkland.
I
am drunk off of Kirkland vodka.
Yes.
So not really an endorsement, but hey. You know,
Costco bitches.
I also usually drink Mr. Boston. So
Costco. Sam.
What am I going to do?
I'm getting fucked up.
All you people out there just drinking the cheap stuff, no matter what you're doing for it, I get it.
Yeah.
Y'all just keep
Just get some juice
jeans
or
someone drink it.
As long
someone
as it
needs
ain't
some
killing
jeans
you.
juice.
All right.
And if you're drinking
there
some,
you go.
What is it
drinking
called,
some
Dave?
water,
That's what I'm telling you.
you're drinking some
The jean
H2O,
juice?
enjoy it.
And no.
Enjoy it.
Always drink
I was
always
about to
drink
say,
the
I thought that's what I
H2O. Always drink the H2O.
Hey, and don't forget to drink responsibly.
Water's important.
Drink
Drink
responsibly.
Drink Wisconsin. Don't drink responsibly. Drink responsibly. Responsibly is not a good idea.
That's a really bad idea.
I've been living by that rule for a long
I've
time.
done that my whole life. So.
Understand if you're not Wisconsinably strong.
Yeah.
If you don't know what drinking
that.
Wisconsinly is, then you gotta come visit Wisconsin because
exactly. You're
not doing it right.
You can't drink Wisconsin.
Have a giant barley wine bash, right, Scott?
Yeah, barley wine batch in a fucking cornfield with a big fire.
We let into the Drink Wisconsinly club that haven't been from Wisconsin.
If you're from out of Wisconsin, come and test your metal.
There's some people
with
that get the
podcast
thing,
boys.
but you gotta get the approval from the person that they get the thing.
I would say Germans are in the club.
I have been. No. Like, well,
I think Germans are in the club.
Oh,
Russians
absolutely.
were in the club, but now they're no longer in the club.
They drink their vodka like
but
water.
They've been kicked out of the club.
No.
They're out. They are out of the club. What are you listening to? What are you drinking, Dave?
I'm listening to you guys right now, but I'm drinking the aforementioned beers along with a short psychedelic cat grass. But again, the only one that mattered tonight was the Revolution Maple Jacket. That is good.
Stellar. That is a really good
beer. If you're going to have one beer, go to Revolution. Get a barley wine.
Revolution in general is one of my faves, I think.
It's
most of them I run into are pretty good.
It's a great brewery.
Yeah.
Do you like IPAs? Great, they got it. You like barley wine stouts? They got those too.
Yeah.
They got they got some good solid Berliners. So like
and then you went to the Modelo.
Yeah, the lime salt.
We still got some of the chiladas. We're finishing these off tonight. And limon and salt. Yeah,
such a great drink. Refreshing.
Yeah, I need that between IPAs. Really.
Palate cleanser.
Yeah, palate cleanser. Exactly.
I need that between my lips.
Man, I bet I could change it all though.
But that's it. Has been our segment. What is Dave drinking?
What?
And as Dave was saying, if I could change it all, we have actually doubled up with track 14, which is an international confrontation. So I got for these longer albums, I like to put a few of those connected ones.
No, that's always.
So here is 13 and 14.
I really thought you clipped out some Phantom Menace there for a second. I wasn't sure what was happening.
I gotta say that this beer is so fucking good. Again, outside of that,
what is Dave drinking is over.
I know, but this is so fucking good.
Okay, all right. I'll allow it.
So that's your one.
Do it.
That's your one.
It's a buy.
So that was I like this transition because this is what harkens back to the last album I think most, because the last album was more just straight up theatrical and operatic, and a lot of that kind of spacey singing chorus things, So
I was kind of talking about earlier how the original sound had adapted to the newer times.
Yeah.
Listening to this, I really felt the original vibe.
Yeah,
it's been 20 years.
Well, it's weird because as time has progressed, the graininess has gone away. You used to get tape and record and even CDs. It was almost ancient technology now. It was grainy and it sounded it sounded raw and natural. But even now with the technology the way it is and the filters and everything that you can apply to make it so crisp and clean, this still had that almost grainy feeling to it, even with the added effects of today's technology. You know?
Just put a filter on it.
Yeah.
Just put a filter on it.
Well, I wonder if they still have some of the original amps and stuff from when they were in the 80s, you know?
I mean, I'm sure they do. Like, if you have something that sounds awesome,
I would. Yeah.
I mean, well, that's the thing. When they're doing this, they have the technology of the 80s. They have the technology of everything.
My dad
that's
has
what they're doing
an amp
at
from
this point.
the
this
80s.
is 2006.
Yeah.
Like they have the technology of whatever they want.
They're the $1 billion man.
Like with
what
if they're thinking of just like 80s technology, like they have that. Like
what kind of amp did your dad have?
He had an old Fender amp from like when he started guitar.
Was it one of those twins?
It was just a single, like a 12.
Okay.
And it's got purple and black, like leopard stripe, like pattern on it.
What?
As the screen.
That's so fucking cool.
And he still has it. It's in Florida right now.
That's how you can tell it's a badass.
Yeah. And it's
so
just
cool.
awesome because, like, you know when you have a good piece of equipment because you keep it, you know?
Yeah.
Like when you spend money on something, you play with it, you love the sound, like, you keep that shit. And that's the thing in the music industry. You know, you don't let something good go because I will play it and love it as long as it
lasts. I feel about these mics, guys.
Right?
I would look at the amp and be like, I will never be as good as that amp.
He still plays on it too, and it's just so fucking raw and crispy, and I love it.
That's so cool, dude.
All like this talk is actually
so fucking
it makes
rad.
me miss.
Come on,
like that's one of the biggest things that I almost kind of regret about how like I split with the band back in the day. Like I was like, all right, you guys can keep the bass amp and rig and stuff. I just want one of the basses.
Right.
But like at the end of the day, man, I had a refrigerator like Ampeg, you know, from that. And I was just like, that was so
nice.
good.
Those sound really good.
SVT3 Ampeg.
I mean,
bass sounds so fucking fresh.
There are a lot of bands that keep using old gear. They're trying to find like old microphones. They only use stuff from like the 70s, 80s. They piece stuff together like because they like that sound or the warmth or how they.
Well, that's
play.
like you know, and that's so cool when you can actually find that sound. Like when you like combine that like just enough, and you actually get that real 70s or like 60s
player.
A lot of crews that record doing
you know,
like a filter with that nowadays too, because they get that old like.
I know,
like they have like an old
it's
raspy kind of like almost bluesy style vocals.
Oh yeah, There's a setting. There's definitely a setting.
Yeah,
well,
and
there's definitely
a lot of artists have actually been kind of bringing
it
back to be that more like blues folk kind of like grainy sound. And it's so cool. Like I love it.
There's also a lot to say for like when you can like do that, like you know, like organically too.
Well, you remember King Gizzard, right?
I was not on that episode.
You were on the Polygon Dwanaland one, I think.
I don't think I was on any of them actually.
Well, that was the one we were picking themes. I think you were on the one we were picking themes. But
I don't remember.
That's where the What Is Dave Drinking one came from. But
yeah, I wasn't there for that one.
Oh, you weren't there for that?
No.
Oh. I thought for sure one of those screams was you. But
no, I
got a doppelganger out there.
I don't think Scott was ever one.
Maybe it was probably John G.
That was definitely Josh.
King Gizzard records
Johnny
with
fucking G.
Johnny G.
That was shout out to Johnny G. But yeah, that was definitely Johnny G.
That was that band actually uses old equipment and like you know the old recording styles. That's what I like lately is when bands use old equipment. So they use the equipment that made those sounds. So obviously it sounds like those sounds.
It's more authentic because it is authentic.
Well, I mean,
exactly.
You can
like
tell,
literally they're doing what you do back then.
You could tell a lot from a soundboard too, because a lot of things now are digital.
Well, you can't.
Back in the day, things were analog.
So true.
You know, it was just electrical current, and you were literally like an operator at the board redirecting the current to go through a amplifier or go through
isn't that funny? Like that used
a filter
to be
or something.
Yeah,
you know, and like you can hear it almost like the preamp would buzz because of the electrical current.
Yeah.
You know, and you would try to get rid of it, but there was no 100% way to get rid of it.
It was analog.
Yeah.
So if it was there,
yeah, that's why you got that gritty sound and that like really good, like crisp, like this is fresh out of the studio sound. You know, But now,
They
with
throw on a
everything being
filter,
digital,
take
they
that
get
out.
rid of that.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks because, like, there's bands that started on analog and went to digital, and they sound bad. You know, like this band that I like, 1,000 Foot Crutch. They started off pretty grainy, and you know, they jammed and like sound really good. But now I feel like everything's so overly produced that it just sounds hollow.
I think a lot of bands do run that risk. Like the longer they exist, like there's that temptation to overproduce the more money you have, and like that's why I think some bands, like the first 2 or 3 albums, are like just always the best. You know?
Yeah.
Like there's some bands that never get better than that. And yeah, you know, you gotta like go against the, you know, what the inclination is when you have that money. You know,
sometimes you got to go back to the roots and get a nice crispy sound. You know.
Yeah, if you could change it all, you know.
If you could change it all, you'd go back.
So he's
to the international confrontation.
Nikki has killed Dr. X, and
he's been walking around.
He's walking around, kind of thinking about it. Mary's in his head. He's got voices in his head. Can you change? He says, "I remember ... I can change." So one thing we should mention, part of the reason we had that particular intro for the episode is they come very, very close a couple times in this album saying, "I remember now."
It's about 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Where they say, I remember then, or I remember how, or I remember this.
It's really, and it's really like
danced on that line. There's like, we're close. Oh, you're thinking, no, we're not going to do it.
Like,
but
mostly I'm enjoying this, but like the fact that they're like, they won't actually say it is just bugging me about this whole thing. But I mean, it's a great
goddamn line.
Say it. Just say it. Say the line.
Like you're feeling so bad for it that you could almost sing the Junkie Blues.
Yeah, almost. But I just want to check on the lyrics for International Confrontation quick before I move on. We have a dialogue between Nikki and we can't skip this. This is very, very important. Yeah. No, sorry. So this is real fucked up. Here, you want to play Mary and I'll play Nikki?
I shall play Mary.
All right. Here we go. Thank you, Scott.
Where are you now?
Feeling small.
Can't live without it? You call this your best?
I made my life a mess.
And everyone but you sees it.
What a fool.
What are you gonna do? Make more excuses? Why don't you tie it off?
Hang myself?
End your pathetic life.
So that's what we're dealing with in this album. Mary has come back to Nikki in his destroyed mental state and literally is just like, kill yourself. Like, just straight up.
His psyche is in such a bad place right now that
he doesn't even know
the
what he's
voices in his head are even telling him to end it.
God. Dude, I know.
He doesn't know which way is up and which way is down right now.
No, he's confused.
He was, coming out of prison, he became like.
Well, I mean, he was like going in. He was kind of going.
He was literally like invincible, and then started doing shit and realized, it's been a while, and got caught, and he's feeling it now. Like, this is really the mental breakdown.
I don't know if I like
album.
This world anymore.
Well, this could be maybe evidence that he didn't actually kill Mary. You know, the fact that killing Dr. X has had so much of an impact on him. Maybe like this is his first time doing it. Well, I guess
they framed it on him, didn't they?
Well, wait. Actually, hold up. He was kind of an assassin for a little while. So he probably killed a couple people then.
But he talked at one point about how they took her from me and left her like bloody on the concrete floor or something.
Yeah, because Dr. X choked her with the rosary or whatever,
and then framed
Catholic
him.
necklace, and then framed him exactly because he was found at the scene of the crime, like screaming to the heavens. So
this is it.
And
this is the insanity.
And now he's finally
and
got
now
his revenge.
He's realizing that she's talking to him because he never killed her.
Yeah.
He's a saint, except for the murders.
But he doesn't end it just yet. First, he has a Junkie's Blues.
That is the Junkies Blues.
Yeah.
It's almost like track 12, Circles.
Yeah.
Like he's pretty much come full circle now because when we
the circle
if we
is
remember
complete.
now, if we remember how it all begins.
Remember where it started.
And he was a junkie, and they mind controlled him off the street to become their super soldier, and now he's back to that point of losing it so bad that he needs drugs to.
He just needs
get back to
like
normal,
it
you know?
needs him to keep him normal, you know.
Yeah, that is that could definitely be,
you know, and that is such a normal state for so many people these days.
Is he doing it to like
But
stop
how
the
crazy
voices,
is that
stop the
though
pain?
to go from that lifestyle to just sitting on the street being like, need a hit.
yeah.
Like, you're literally just an assassin.
I mean, from
You
having
were
a job
framed
and
for
being
murdering
employed?
your
Well,
love.
he was kind
now
of.
you're just wanting some heroin.
Well, he was always
well,
damaged in this story. Like he was always kind of a damaged hero because like he was like the reason he was sought out by Dr. X was because Dr. X looks for desperate people that he can manipulate. You know what I mean? So he
Like
was
the
looking
Tiger.
for someone that was, you know, had nothing to lose that he could manipulate.
Like American History X.
Yeah, you know, it's like a lot of it's a really common like story in movies and stuff. Like
Find the damaged weak person. And
yeah.
Perfect.
yeah, I'll
Absolutely.
make you a revolutionary martyr or something. And he's like a martyr that never died. You know, he went to prison instead. But he's really struggling though with his legacy and like, you know, he feels like he's, you know, he got past all of that and like he maybe should feel better considering he killed Dr. X. Like Ghost Mary told him to, by the way, you know. But she's kind of being an asshole.
Well, she's fulfilling the legacy, you know, like that was his mission.
Yeah.
And now that it's over, she's coming back and being like, well, your mission's over, so what else do you have to do?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, I guess not to get ahead of, but like it does have somewhat of a happy kind of bittersweet ending. I mean, suicide aside, you know, there's
Suicide Silence.
Suicide aside. That'd be a band, right?
Suicide Silence is a band.
Suicide aside.
Oh,
Suicide aside.
Suicide aside.
that's our cover band of
Suicide
That sounds
Silence.
like a great
of
band.
Queensryche songs.
Oh, there we go. All suicide aside.
Suicide aside, here is all of Queensryche songs you've ever heard.
But Junkies Blues. I think one of the things I think is interesting is the end here. He starts to kind of question even like talking to these voices. He's like, what if I'm only insane? You know, which is like, honestly, if you look back at the entire like story, you could take the whole interpretation that he's like, you know, crazy and kind of making up a lot of this in his mind.
That's why he was in the
delusional.
situation he was in the first place, and they just manipulated him to their will.
Yeah, well, because he doesn't quite know fully what's real and what's not. For some things, like he doesn't know for sure.
He's
himself.
not all there. Yes,
He doesn't know if he killed Mary or not. He still doesn't fully know that he didn't do it.
Boy,
even though we know as the audience he didn't do it.
Yes,
you know. Real tragic hero. This guy. But the next
very Shakespearean.
He's such a good guy.
The next track, so
very Shakespearean.
Not to make, I'm sorry for making too much light of suicide, but this next track goes even further into it. This is Fear City Slide. Don't worry about the volume.
That's just really
my shit. So this song is like a kind of
I wish I was I wish I was back in middle school, you know. This is
absolutely the last. This is the last song you want to hear.
Kind of heathen, kind of like shit that
you.
you're thinking about.
Well, this is the last thing you want to hear if you are actually struggling with depression.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Like this is like literally
No
like
question.
a positive song. Like, yeah,
This
Suicide.
is like Nike just saying, just do it.
No, and
Just do it.
don't. By the
Just
way,
do it.
people,
Just end it.
don't do it.
yeah.
Please don't.
Please don't end it.
There is a little bit, I guess.
Take
hang on, don't let
medications like
go.
me, dude.
What?
Take medications like I do.
Just
They don't jump off
well,
bridges and
do
die.
what you got to
If you
do.
need to, yes, please.
If
Yeah.
that's your answer, but do what you
just
have to
don't
do.
let-
Don't listen to Mary.
Don't listen to Mary. No. Mary is lying. Mary is
She has
no
a little
good.
lamb, though. What do I do?
just ignore her.
Just do
She'll
it?
go away. But yeah, the main chorus here though is come on, leave your head outside. You've built a lie. Last chance at suicide. And it's like there's this. They mentioned this Fear City slide, which like feels like this like kind of like extreme, almost Iron Maiden-y like suicide contraption that is they've thrown into this
I
track.
feel like it's like Fear and Loathing.
Yeah.
Like he's like to the point of just spiraling out of control. And he's looking for an answer, and Mary comes, and she's like, do it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he's lost it. Like he's gone back to drugs. He's gone, full circle to where he was, but now he's even worse because of all these things that have happened to him. Like his brain is in a very dark, destructive place.
Yeah. I think that he is. I think that Mary is. If you want to get into it, like his subconscious, like himself, like doubting himself.
Definitely.
Like because like the Mary from the last album, I don't
Maybe
think
even Mary from the last album was his subconscious, and he killed it to become part of the game.
And he's Dr. X. He's married Dr. X and himself.
And he wrote these songs.
All right.
Fight
Fuck, Mary,
Club
kill.
times 8.
Fuck, Mary, kill. Dr. X, Mary, and Nikki.
Just end it.
What about you, Dave? This is a new segment I'm adding to the podcast. Fuck, Mary, kill.
I would marry Nikki,
Okay.
kill Dr. X, then bang
Yeah,
Mary.
you can't bang Mary. Yeah. I thought
She's a ghost babe, dude.
ghost babe. Yeah, she is a ghost. Yeah, she is. She is your subconscious.
in your
I love
head,
me
I
some
guess.
ghost
Yeah,
babes,
yeah.
Who knows you better than you do, I guess?
What about you, Dave? What about you, Dave?
I'll pick Scots.
Okay, I'm gonna say
He wants to marry me.
I'm gonna
instead of
marry
them.
Mary because her name's Mary. I'm going to kill Dr. X, and I'm gonna fuck Nikki because I'm Nikki, and I'm gonna fuck myself.
Just gonna bait one out for Nikki's sake.
I'm Nikki. I kill Dr. X, and I marry Mary.
Wait a minute. So this album's actually about you?
I wrote this. Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys.
Fun story.
I should have been upfront with you guys. I'm Jeff Tate. I'm really sorry, guys.
This whole podcast has been a ruse to get to this
It's
one.
really. I just kind of wanted to see what you guys thought of the whole Mindcrime thing. I'm kind of embarrassed
I
about
think it's
it.
gonna definitely break up the whole crew.
You think?
Yeah, Dave's
This
pissed.
is more like
I'm fucking
petty larceny. I don't know if it's a crime.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna start crying.
There's tears coming down your face.
I don't know where John is, but he already left. So
He left because he couldn't stand the lie anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's ready for track 17.
Yeah. Oh, I heard something. Did you hear that, guys?
I heard it was.
There's
Something. Oh my God.
Man, I hope we can play with madness.
I'll go ahead and edit that so it didn't. There wasn't such a huge gap.
We'll fix that in post.
We'll fix that in post. But yeah, so that was Fear City Slide. It's a real positive song about committing suicide. I don't know what to tell you people, but this
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Don't do it.
Don't. We're not advocating for any of
Don't
this.
steer into
This
the
next
Fear
track-
City slide.
No one's gonna listen to this
Just
episode now.
Stay.
Everyone hates me.
stay
Everyone's gonna commit
positive.
Numbers
suicide.
are dwindling.
Do what you gotta do.
All
at
of
the
a sudden,
same
our
time.
listeners go to zero
God.
Yeah,
for some
everyone
odd
just-
reason.
everyone just stopped listening like 2/3 through the podcast. All of a sudden.
Yeah. Don't subscribe.
Man, that was
Just
a
hit the
horrible
like
crime
button.
Yeah,
of my mind.
no.
Follow us on YouTube.
What's
on
track?
YouTube?
Or whatever they say.
So this next track
What
is
track?
Subscribe.
this next track on Promises.
Jeepers Criminy. We just
Jeepers Cripes.
You said you loved me. It made me feel
Oh,
like
we on
I could
YouTube.
fly. I've always lived afraid, except in the moments that I love you. The only time I felt
That's what he was thinking in his
That
mind
was-
as he was getting it on with Ghost Mary.
Yeah.
I tell
That
you,
was
though.
unintentional.
So if nobody
all the
knows,
promises.
yeah, he made a lot of promises
He
to
made
me.
a lot of
He would
promises.
make it up for
that
his
was a very
murdering of
80s
her.
track, you know.
quote,
I'll
unquote.
give you that.
But,
That was very
yeah.
Bonnie's like kind of rape track.
He's now dead.
He's not, yes,
And he
yeah.
is now with
Sorry
Mary.
to, sorry to
and
tell you.
they're in love,
he is
and they're
died now.
fornicating in the ghost realm.
Yeah. And
making ghost babies for
It's-
y'all.
Get married, man.
It is like, you know, as far as like
He married her.
death songs go, like this is pretty positive. After he dies, they find each other.
He's finally free of the madness, and he can be with his true love once again.
So you think
Yeah.
Mary the ghost was just like haunting him, like, hey, maybe wait.
I know
Maybe
you didn't kill
Mary
me.
is the
Love
Dr.
me.
X of this story. Because she's the one now that's telling him to kill people,
Right.
you know?
Just
Including
himself,
himself.
though.
Well, I mean, first Dr. X and then himself.
Well, maybe because she knew that he was innocent all along, and that
Yeah.
he needed to
And
eradicate
that was
the
the only
evil
way to.
before he could be set free.
Yeah.
Because she knew his mind was on such a hardcore mission.
That's true.
It was the only way to get through it was to destroy the problem.
Yeah.
And then he destroyed the problem, and she's like, now you need to be with me.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
take a
let us know if
plunge.
you think that Mary's a ghost or a figment of his imagination. 1608 hit nerd.
Or a
And,
real person.
You can maybe a real person even. Yeah, she could be. I don't know.
Let us know.
Let us know what you think.
I want to know what you think.
Bam, bam, bam. The roads I traveled offered me the way. Another man's fool inside with promises of forgivenesses. It's a lie. Yeah, so they're happy. It's over. He's dead. And that's Operation Mindcrime 2.
That's
we've come full
Operation
circle.
Mindcrime 2,
Now that
fellas.
we've gotten to the end of it, though, I do want to say, having listened to both of them, the one thing I missed in Operation Mindcrime 2 is the atmospheric stuff. They
Me
did
too.
such
Yeah.
a great job with all of the scene transitions
this was-
in that first one.
Like, they definitely portrayed the story very well.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, John was saying,
Yeah.
like,
It's not the same
at times
thing.
it gets boring.
Because
Because it's a little too over dramatic
It's
on the
not the
rock
same
opera,
thing,
you know?
It's-
Yeah, the first one's like a real
they carry on. Like, a lot of the songs are long, so it kind of carries on. But if you're just looking for something to listen to pass the time, that you know, just
fun
ear
listen.
candy. You know, you're cleaning the house or
Yeah.
you know doing something.
like
just
it's a
listen
fun,
to
it's a
it,
great album,
and
but,
you'll
like,
enjoy it. You know,
Yeah. I think that you would get something out of listening to both of them one after another. But I definitely, I gotta say, like, Operation Mindcrime's a classic. You know,
It's hard to
the
beat.
original one is a stone cold
That's
classic.
definitely. I'm sure it probably hit platinum.
I hope so, because like
I mean that's such a good album.
well,
it's hard not to.
Like, thinking back on all the concept albums we've covered, like, it is one of the like best, like most like thought out and like interesting,
It is very
thought
intricate.
provoking like albums, and we did it pretty early on.
Well, even the second version too, like from the first to the second, like the first one's kind of laid out.
Yeah,
Like it kind of tells you the story as it's going, but this one is almost more underlying. You got to kind of dig and listen for it, you know.
Yeah, and
I
especially for the
imagine
play
that's what they
acting.
were aiming for, though. You know,
Well, yeah, like the stage show looks awesome. Like, well, I definitely, I'm going to put a link in the description for the 2.5 hour, like full Operation Mindcrime 1 and 2 stage show. It's really fun. And I'm going to watch the rest. I haven't seen the second half. We stopped before the second half so we could listen to this.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. I didn't want to see what happens to Dr. X in the stage show. Is he Dr. X, Nikki, and Mary at the same time? Who knows?
Stay tuned for episode 3.
Stay tuned for episode 3.
Operation.
The live viewing of Operation Mindcrime. The anime.
It's the Operation Mindcrime. The anime.
Yeah, that's what I want to see, honestly.
Who is Mary?
Hey, so
What
we need to do
is
like
Mary?
a shout out
Why
to
is
anybody
Mary?
that does anime work. Like, definitely make
I would watch
make
it.
an Operation Mindcrime anime.
There is a
That'd
little
be
bit of
fucking awesome.
animation at the beginning of the show. There's like it looks like a 70s like weird kind of
Like heavy metal?
heavy metal kind of animation. Yeah.
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal. But there's one more thing we do before we get out of the podcast, and that's go around the table and find out what everyone has been listening to and what they have to plug. As far as myself, I have been listening to. Actually, I'm gonna say Red Letter Media. I haven't been listening to a lot of music, but I've been watching a lot of those Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst and Wheel of the Worst. They watch a lot of really terrible B movies and movies with like lower budgets and stuff. And they're also from Milwaukee. So if anyone out there can hook us up with those guys, that would be dope, because I would love to have any of those guys on the podcast since they're from Wisconsin and they're content creators. But they're like older YouTube. They've been there for a long time, and they're legends. As far as my plugs, I'm going to say again, Flyover State Park. We have a YouTube channel, and we are getting pretty close to 100, so we can get that custom URL that's not just a bunch of letters and numbers. And there's Flyover State Park and Flyover State TV. So check those out. Flyover State TV, every other Tuesday we have Side B, and we have our new co-host, Katie Kemp, who has been in a few episodes. And we're getting to the end of Side B, so you're going to want to tune in and see if we get Sufjan in the end. No spoilers. But what about you, Scott? What have you been listening to? What do you got to plug?
A lot of times I'm listening to music at work and don't really have a whole lot of time to pick. Just kind of throw on an artist radio and see what happens. But lately it's been Iron Maiden radio.
Nice.
It's been pretty good.
Never a bad choice.
Yeah. Gives you a little bit of Iron Maiden, some Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a little bit of old school metal. It's been awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it's something cool to listen to, and a lot of people can vibe with it.
Yeah.
Like I deal with people of all ages building pool tables and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I know what you mean.
Even
you
like
find something amenable to
I deal
everyone.
with all classes of life, like lower, middle, upper class, and even like from lower to upper class, they all can vibe with a little bit of Maiden,
Yeah.
They all listen to it at some point, because most of them are, 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah. You've encountered Maiden.
Yeah, they come down and they're like, "Oh, you're playing Sabbath." Like, yeah, you know what's up.
Yeah. Lately, I've been doing.
This guy gets it.
I've been doing
get it.
Beatles when I go and do build furniture at people's houses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I play a little bit of Beatles because
Maxwell
almost
Silverhammer.
no one. Oh, I mean that's one of my favorites. But almost no one is hates the Beatles.
Right.
So yeah. But what about you, John? What have you been jamming on lately? And if you got anything to plug it.
Oh well, I've actually been jamming on some Black Sabbath.
Oh, nice.
Actually,
More Black Sabbath. Tight.
Yeah. Some Paranoid. That's
That's
the
right.
album.
You have the album for that, right?
Yeah. Like I got the album on vinyl
Dude,
from
very
this
nice.
nice lady. She was selling a bunch of her vinyl albums that her and her husband used to listen to.
You should bring
got a good deal on a lot of them.
You should bring over that vinyl sometime.
I can do that.
That's one of my favorite vinyls.
Yeah.
Think we
No,
need to have
it's pretty damn good.
Dude,
I was doing it while I was doing my dishes. I was listening to it while I was doing my dishes, man. It's one of my dishes series, man. It's pretty great.
This is John's Dishes series, Volume 4.
John's Dishes.
Just seriously, like, just listen to that shit.
Oh,
otherwise,
relax.
The things I have to plug
dishes.
are as far as Netflix goes. There's this 100-person series on Netflix, and they solve a lot of human mysteries. You know, it's kind of like
mysteries.
It's just like
Interesting.
Oh, what's that series that what's that series that like does the
Unsolved Mysteries?
Yeah.
The one with Jonathan Frakes?
No. What's the one from the Discovery Channel?
To Catch a Predator?
No.
Human Mystery.
Sorry, I don't know which one you're talking about.
Oh no.
If you know, call us 1-608 hit nerd.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Oh no! But
this isn't just a running joke. It's actually a phone call. It's actually a phone number.
It's just a phone call away.
It's just one phone call away.
We're not doing anything. Call us right now.
5 easy payments of $0.
The 100-person challenge on Netflix. It's pretty good.
Watch that.
It really solves a lot of good mysteries. There's some negative, like there's some ones that was kind of pointless, but there's a lot of good stuff that gets solved too.
There's some bullshit mysteries, like good mysteries.
Exactly. You know.
What about you, Dave? What you been listening to? What you got to plug?
I think the main thing I'll throw down was Ween the last few weeks. Listen to a lot of Ween.
Yes.
You might want to wean off of it.
No, not yet.
He's gonna keep on.
He's gonna wean on
eventually.
The main ones were Chocolate and Cheese, The Mollusk, Quebec, and the best titled one was 12 Golden Country Greats. And the album is only 10 tracks.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's just genius.
That's such a I don't know if I would be mad or I would be happy.
When I realized that when I saw it, I laughed my ass off. I'm like, this is great.
That's such
I'm already
a troll.
sold.
Like, oh my god.
But what they did too was they actually had a lot of country artists, or not like main artists, but like studio artists that helped them make this whole the record.
Oh, then they got.
But they never had no idea about the lyrics. They just played all the instrumental, and then like, all right, cool, and then they finished it with like their songs, and they're like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Dude, R&B did that shit in the 90s too. Like they like split. They would like have a song, and then they would split it between like a 90s country artist and a 90s like R&B artist. They did that a couple of times.
It'll work.
Yeah.
No,
90s, they were real loosey-goosey with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they could do whatever it was Wild West.
It was the Wild West of the
everyone's doing everything.
Yeehaw.
Motherfuckers. Yeah.
Ween
And
was doing
plugs.
it.
I'll throw in I haven't thrown my Instagram. I've had it for a while. Not terribly active, but hey, if you want to reach me out,
shit. He's got an Instagram.
X Justin Bailey X.
X Justin Bailey.
And of course, Justin Bailey has always been a favorite. It's one of the password codes for Metroid on NES. So
okay.
Fan. We can talk about NES too. We can talk about Metroid.
Tight. I'll have to. I don't think I'm friends with you yet.
You tell me what beers to drink, what not to drink. Tell me if I'm an asshole. I don't know.
That's true. If you want to talk about beers, that's the place to talk about the beers.
That is the place.
Yeah. If you want to suggest a beer to us, that is where you're going to want to go.
Just a beer for Brad to drink.
Yes. I will drink it. I'll take at
even
least
if it's 22%.
Oh, we'll all take a sip.
We'll get some fan beers.
Yeah. I'd love to try one with like a ghost pepper in it. I think that would be extreme and fun.
It could be doable.
Yeah.
We could we can make one.
Yeah. I've had one with habanero, and that was pretty much like drinking pepper spray. So
what'd you call that? Where you do PBRs with hot sauce?
Oh, hot style.
I did that
hot
with
style?
Your friend. Friend. Yeah. We did that with those.
Yeah, we did the beer tasting, right?
Yeah. I forgot what type of cheap beer we had.
during the podcast. Yeah, Nick Bryan, we did hot style.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah.
Solid.
I need some hot styles.
Hot styles.
Well, hot style, some old style.
Well, if you want hot style or old style, you're going to have to come back next week for another episode of this podcast. We're wrapping it up for Operation Mindcrime. Thank you so much, Scott, for showing up for the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
We really love having you back.
Scott, no, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Good times.
That's
Good times.
I remember it all.
We couldn't do Operation
You're part of
Mindcrime
the
without
family,
you.
dude.
You know?
It'd be a crime
You're
if
part
we
of
did.
the family.
It'd be a mind crime against me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'd have the Fear City slide then. So
no, please do not.
Please
don't Fear City slide.
Scott, no!
Oh God, he's sliding right now. Oh, we gotta go, guys. We'll see you next time on the Album Concept Hour. The Album Concept Hour is Brad LeBaron, Dave Gallagher, John Aker, and Jake the Snake Foster. Special thanks to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard for the theme music. Join the discussion on our Discord, tweet to us at Album Concept Pod, or for everything else, go to Linktree/Flyover State Park. See you on Side B. This is Flyover State Park. You are clear to land.